Well, 4 Canadians are in the field this week at Royal Portrush. Corey Conners, Nick Taylor, Taylor Pendrith, and Mackenzie Hughes of the Canadian quartet. Conners has the most experience at the Open. He's making his 6th start at this championship. Well, Bob, week in, week out on the PGA Tour, Canadians are contending left, right, and center. We saw Conners at the Masters, Taylor Pendrith at the PGA. Nick Taylor played very well at the U.S. Open. So just overall, how bullish are you on the Canadians for this week?
Well, I'd like to see some good performances from them, and we've had a pretty good run by Nick Taylor last week at the Scottish Open, so I'm liking his chances. He seems to be falling himself into favor in some of these major championships where he has struggled so much. I think Corey, with his experience, I think that can go well. And I like Mackenzie Hughes. He's starting to play really well towards the end of this season. He has played well in the past in this championship, so I do think that he's probably the guy that I'm going to keep my eye on the most. The Taylor Pendrith, I think, maybe a bit of a learning experience, but he could surprise us. But I think Hughes is the one I'm going to watch the most.
Interesting. And I'll ask you momentarily on who you like the most of the Canadians this week. But I got to ask you about Corey Conners, because you were there at the U.S. Open when he had to withdraw because of the wrist injury. He was back in action at the Scottish Open, almost made a hole-in-one on a par 4. But have you heard anything on how the wrist is feeling? Because we know the turf over there overseas can be a little firm at times.
Yeah, I talked with Corey. I traded texts with him shortly after. He said that he was really trying to protect it. He probably could have gone back and played a little bit ahead of what he did. He only went back, of course, at the Scottish Open. But what he thought was, why not just let it heal up? I don't really have to worry about anything. I'm in good position here on the FedEx Cup standings, all the different things. And the way he played last week, I think, is a good indication that there's really not a big problem with that wrist.
Corey Conners' best finish at the Open Championship is a T15 back in 2021, looking to play some good golf this week. So, Bob, 4 Canadians in the field this week at Royal Portrush. Who do you think of the Canadians has the best week?
I think it's going to be Mackenzie Hughes. I really do. He's got a good game for it. He's very creative, hits the ball well. He's been playing the last 6 or 7 weeks. He's been playing some pretty solid golf, even if sometimes the scores don't quite reflect that. But in talking to him, I think that I feel more confident in where his game is right now than the others. Not to take anything away from the other guys, but I just think Mackenzie Hughes might be the best suited player for this competition.
Well, Mackenzie Hughes has one career top 10 at a major championship. It came at the Open back in 2021. As for me, I like Nick Taylor this week. He's been playing some great golf. Of course, we have the win earlier this season. He's also 11th in strokes gain approach, which I really like Nick Taylor for this week at the Open Championship at Royal Portrush.